I've been reviewing this Shock vs NYXL game, and it's been a great game. But I think NYXL lost mainly because of how to say, individual mistakes, panicking as a team, as a whole. And then I think they panicked because the strat they prepared, which was CBOB going in the backline, keeping in, flanking, they didn't really pan out. And then they tried to go for the gambles on Sigma and stuff with like ults. 1 second here. So yeah, I want to talk about the flower thing with CBOB. Actually, let's take it after the first round because that's when it happens. So here, Bastion set up with Pharah. All you really do is try to not get orbed or concussived as Pharah when you cross the bridge. That one. And if you survive that, you get low ground, and then you can like push underneath here, and because you push underneath, you have to drop or set up somewhere here on this corner. Now they do get the concussive because Choi just bots out. See here. Shield comes in too late. And now if shield comes in too early, concussive will go on the wall here instead of walls. So shield can't be too early. But yeah, then Rascal kills Meko. Meko was dropping down. And yeah, they tried to set up Bastion underneath, didn't work out. That's a reset now. And because of the Pharaoh, Rascal is subbed in. The alternatives for NYXL was Gibraltar and Dorado. But because Rialto is so good with Pharah, that's why Rascal is in. And since Dorado too, I think Rascal would come in for all payloads except Gibraltar. Right, so you have the Mei pushing the payload because she has ice block, walls. The wall just counters the Bastion. And here, I have no idea what this is. Is Flower the better Pharah? No, I would say it isn't. I have no idea why he decides to go in here. Why? This is just pure disconnect. This is pure disconnect. Manu dropping down here. Everyone else dropping down. Why did he play them? It's just what they prepared. Most likely just what they prepared as a strat. That's how NYXL runs from what I know. They rely a lot on prepared stuff. And now because Flower died, Animo dies, and you have to peel back. Super far back. So yeah, no idea why he went in. Either than making a play or just voting out. Autopiloting. Now he's back. Nano on Bastion, that's a lot of damage. I'll check it soon, Karama. I'll check it soon. Is it possible to make my review earlier? No, yeah, that's my streaming hours. I can't do it earlier than 9 PM. Just write the order of the slots. Let's go back here. I lost the focus. Let's see. I want to see what happened. Is your position to contest cart? Architect dies as Flower flanks. That's fine. Immortality field to stop. And Smurf kills Flower. That's fine. Anma couldn't pocket him either. But there's a Mei ult in the back too. So CBLB got frozen.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah, I think it's just old charges from the first fight that then carried over. Plus Nano on Bastion to position well. Jonah getting picked here. Mei wall for the Bastion. You see, this has not been done that much. Architect, he was Bastion ulting into a Sigma, not Sigma, I mean into a Baptiste window on a Sigma ult. And there's, regardless of how much Jonak wants to save them, unless you jump up and Immortality Field on the wall, you can Immortality Field on the wall, yes, then, well, unless you do it, then everyone will die who got that. Okay. But yeah, Karama, just write your order of slots, and I'll try to make it as good as possible. You're guaranteed to get one of your 3 ABD that you picked, because Hex picked all 5. Anyways, back to review. You lose the Bastion. Main team pulling back. And because, yeah, I don't know, there's not much Flower can do really. They're getting hard counted by the line of sight, the positioning, everything. They're just getting hard counted. And also I think Flower is, I think he's under massive pressure. Because of that early death, he's probably panicking a lot himself. And we can see that later on in a, I'll show the clip actually. It's a really important one because it shows exactly how much anxiety, or you know, I think it's anxiety that these players may feel in these tough situations. Immortality field behind the wall or past the wall. Mano dead, no more shields. Unfortunate. NYXL are just falling apart. And the Pharah pick here does nothing now, but he can't really walk, he can't really go to the left, because if he goes to the left, he's just gonna get picked and then be a stagger. And then watch this. So, Rock comes in. That's a good Rock. And then wall, CBLB, split. And Meko put the shield too far forward. So the shield didn't do anything either. Now, if we go back a tiny bit here, use Meko's POV. Now, if he would step more to the left and then shield forward, he will protect CBLB. But because he's standing right in front of CBLB, his shield won't be able to protect him. You see, it only protects half of CBLB. And if the shield stops here, let's say that it stops here, that's just 2 steps to the right for Shock to damage CBLB. So he couldn't survive, they couldn't touch, GG's. Even if CBLB doesn't die, they can't touch, so that's still GG's. And Shock, they're just choking here, actually. They are, well, I don't think choking, it's panicking. And actually, I'll skip showing the clip because it's not that important, and I respect the players. It's not important enough to disrespect. So.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Then you have Bastion Pharah for shock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
But now NYXL runs a Pharah instead of a Mei. And the goal of the Pharah is to either flank the Bastion or to go for the Pharah duo. And now Flower ends up winning this duel even. As far as I remember, he kills him off. Sibiolbe kills Architect. Pretty good. Let's see how he dies. Oh yeah, pulled and killed. That's a nice window too. Then Sibiolbe steps outside. Gets killed by Violet. And he can't rest that. Not yet. Now they go for the rest though. Just the rest. They scout it. Can't deal with the Mercy. Now you have window. Choi using eat. Just panicking, I think. There was nothing to eat. Rascal dead. He was in front of the Bastion. And that's a reset. So NYXL doing a great flank, getting around, pushing the payload. And then you have Sibiolbe in the front here. Window. And not really much to say to shield with or contest with. Now this is an attempted play where they just try to Bastion ult into something else. They're probably gonna switch after. Yes. Okay, next fight. Way too far forward. You have Rascal switching to Mei. As in order to deal with Bastion. Once walled up, you go down. Cool. That's how you avoid to die. And that's a great orb. All plus orb. Should have been expected in my opinion. And Anemo left alone. He almost died there. And this tells me that they probably haven't practiced that much with Flower. So maybe Libero was tilted. I don't know, Libero wouldn't... I don't know if he's tilted or not. Or for why Flower came in. Mano killed. Unfortunate. Flower can't be too aggressive because of the Bastion either. He goes in. Nice barrage. Now there's the accretion stunning out. Mei ult too. And it's a really good Mei ult, but they don't get kill on Bastion. However, it's not necessary. Since Smurf kills him afterwards with window. And then the rest on Choi. Not Choi, Meko. Choi just going in and owning people on his own. Oh yeah, he realized that. He tried to gravity flux the Pharah too. Moth challenging Anemo. And now this is kind of weird because Moth is gonna end up on alone here. So he tried to... Yeah, he overextended himself. This is like one of the few times he overextends. And that's just an easy kill on you at Baptiste. Whenever you see this 1v6, it's yeah, something's wrong. Then because Shock tried to help him, they were a bit too far forward, get orb down, have to reposition, wall used, no shields. Perfect positioning for Gravitic Flux. And it's just a mess. So Shock overextending too. Then Choi surviving here for a long time. Eventually dies. CBR be dead. And then they couldn't... Yeah, they couldn't stay alive on point. Jonak popping off. Did you talk about the flower moment? Yeah, I did. It was right after round 1. So, oh yeah. Well, I didn't talk too much about it, but... So I think Flower... I don't blame him for feeling tons of pressure. He came in cold into the last map, possibly the last map. When your team has been getting rolled 0-3, it's really difficult to switch the mentality. And I think because he's more of a spontaneous player, maybe that's why they put him in. Or because he's the Pharah player. But it's very clear that they have no practice with Flower. I think it's just they expected him, or they just planned the strat. You're going to be Pharah, you're going to be playing here, you come in instead of Libero. And yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Like, I understand him fully. Because him dying early on in the first fight, you know, when he crossed, it was on first point, like he crossed above and got mown down by the Bastion. He just doesn't want to disappoint people, doesn't want to fail, like he wants to do his best, but then it's like an anxiety attack, you know. You, like, if you try to hyperventilate, like do that for like 5 minutes, and like you will start noticing tunnel vision. You will like notice heavier breathing, or like how to say, harder to breathe. It will be like some like tingling feeling in the chest. Like you'll just feel restless and stuff, and you'll just feel more on edge. And I think that's sort of what happened, like the tunnel vision and making irrational decisions. And then it went into panic, because what do we do now? As soon as they got rolled, like 3 minutes and 21 seconds. That's when the panic set in, I think, afterwards. Like you have no idea what to do. So yeah, I give credit to CB there. A lot of credit. And I think the squad was not prepared for Shock. But I didn't expect them to be prepared for Shock either. Good night, Kurama. I'll DM you the slot you get, by the way. So check your DM in the morning. Have a good night, man. Flower going in for play here. See this play. Did anyone scout Flower? Yeah, Choi has an idea of where Flower is. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. You see this? That's just one eat. Choi, he's like, yo bro, thank you for the shields. And that's it. It was way too early. So he probably like felt like stressed to make a play or something. And then he switches to Mei because there's no point in staying Pharah. Wall comes out. Immortality field earlier for NYXL than for... No, Shock put out Immortality field earlier. No, they haven't even put it out yet, yeah. So because Immortality Field is out and window comes up, and they have Immortality Field, they have to reset or rotate. Got Immortality Field soon for Jonak. Shield placed far too backwards. Sibiobi gets slept because his turret goes through the shield. This is just unfortunate. So when you're Violet, you're like, oh, I just aim for the turret. Cool. Boom. And then Rascal is like doing his like evil laugh. Ult gets blocked, fortunately. And then Orb, everything. There's no way you can... there's no way you can expect them to hold this push. Now, they end up winning it because of Jonak's window. And Immortality Field. And countering the Mei ult. So Flower put up a great wall. Jonak popping off with window, coming up in time. Immortality Field comes up, but check this positioning. This is a great positioning by Shock. Because if you're looking here... Oh, wow, Sibyolb is all the way back there. But anyways. Age, Flower's inside, he's trying to freeze. There's not reliable damage. Plus there's a shield in the way. So there's no way you can really stop the Immortality Field. -45 was used. And then massive amount of people in the enemy gravity flux. Jonak, he does not have... Well, Immortality Field used actually. Sibyolbi died again. How did he die? Oh yeah, he TP'd in. He went for the backline and just got tapped. One-tapped. Into the head. Actually, not one-tap, but... killed. And now you have a Mercy, Baptiste. See, 2 ults, 3 ults with Flower. The Mei ult should be working here.
10 seconds remaining. Cease your resistance.
And the wall to split people. Then Immortality Field. Nano on Mei in order to be able to go in. And freeze back, yeah, from behind. That's a great freeze by, or ult by Flower. And Rascal. Sibiobi not getting much value with his ult. Then eventually, yeah, just dead. Dead. NYXL played way too chaotic to be able to win. At the end of the day, like, Shock deserved the win, and I think Shock played just better, played more composed, calm and collected too. Now they had moments where they panicked too, they overextend, they greed, they become reckless. And it's something that Vancouver will punish. Vancouver might do the same, but these are humans, they're not robots. I think this will be a valuable lesson for NYXL because it shows you that players need to be able to adapt on the fly, like Shock. It's very important to teach how to remain calm and make those on-the-fly decisions without going, how to say, you feel like you need to regret something, or like you feel pressure from yourself to make spontaneous decisions that aren't according to the plan. But that's on the coaching, I think. I don't know exactly how much they rely on set positions, set strats, everything. But Feels like they are very min-maxing. Yeah, that was Shock versus NYXL. Hope you guys liked it.